Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and welcome to my house. That's Justin's house. In this video, I'm continuing my exploration of data loss prevention incident response. In the previous video, I'll include a link up above right there. I did basically an overview of the workspace, and I pulled up a data loss prevention incident and went through some of the various features and actions that you can take on a data loss prevention incident. So today I want to talk about the assessment piece. I found this part really intriguing. If we hop over to the all menu here, I showed this at the end of my last video, but under administration we have assessments. And I'll show you how this assessment gets assigned to somebody to complete. But notice in my demo environment, I've got no assessment. So I'm going to have to create one, and I thought, well, what better thing to do than do it with you? So let's create an assessment. I'm going to click the new button, and it's going to create a record in ServiceNow. I did a little kind of dry run, even though I said this is the first time, just to make sure I don't stumble too hard. And this little record, I'm just going to call it Demo Assessment for YouTube. I'm trying to look underneath my lighting there. And we'll just keep the description the same. And I won't do any introduction other than welcome to your assessment. Spelling is important. And I could select different fields from the actual assessment. So if we wanted to include some information about the data loss prevention incident or DLP incident, match content, the number, okay, the number sounds good, and the policy name. Okay, we know the policy names were that PCI, PII. I'll just put that not there, but we'll put it here. And then let's see what else we've got. Resolution notes, so yeah, probably at some point. Scan machine, seen before, source file, subject. Okay, that sounds like maybe a short description. So let's just take that down there and make sure there's nothing else. Okay, that looks good enough for our welcome, and that'll give us a sense of what this looks like when we actually do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click submit. And like I said, this is going to create a record, and then I can open this record for the demo assessment for
Kevin
YouTube.
Spacey, winning an Academy Award. Kevin Spacey won for his performance in American Beauty. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
No, thank you. I'm going to keep that part in because then you know what my life is like. I don't know what I did to set off the A word above my head, but they responded. So what I was trying to say is this creates a record, and when you have this record created, we can come in and click on the assessment designer. So the assessment designer, if you're a system admin, should look a little familiar to you. It was there before, but now it's going to refresh that. If you've ever done form design on a ServiceNow form, this has like kind of the same look and feel, although it functions a little bit different. So let's just start off. I'm going to try every single one of these on this assessment so we see what they all look like. So I'm going to drag attachment over here. So the controls over there on the left hand side, I'm going to drag that over there, and let's just see what our options are for attachment. I could have the new attachment. We'll just say attach your evidence here or something like that. I don't know, I'm making it up. Actually, let's leave that as new attachment. I just realized the question is there. Please attach any evidence here, and then we won't make it mandatory. I won't put any details other than demo. Looks like we got an option to do dependency. Okay, so maybe this functions for our UI controls. So I'm not going to do any dependencies, but good to know that we can maybe show something if they answer true or false or something. Actually, let's try that out. So we'll do a Boolean next. Boolean true or false. We'll change the settings on this to is this, shoot, I'll call this first time, I guess. First time will be the name of it. Is this the first time this happened? Question mark. And we should know that already, but we're just doing this for demo. We're going to leave this as a checkbox, or we'll do yes and no. We're not going to allow not applicable because I'm going to use that for a dependency. In my details, we don't really need any details on that. And so let's go for our dependency. If they choose yes, so we're going to make that dependent on the field before it was, is this the first time that's happened? And it is yes. Then we're going to show this, and we're going to say that it's mandatory, and we are going to allow additional information. That's always good, additional information. We'll leave the label there, allow not applicable. Okay, here's our choices. So let's just leave choice 1, 2, and 3 just for demo there, and that'll save us some time as we're editing the video as well. Ooh, I left the name as new choice. Let's change the question to, so they said, is this the first time that's happened? And if they say yes, it's the first time that's happened, we can say, what do you think is the issue. Let them pick from a list of options. Okay, so I'm just making this up as I go along. All right, so we got our choice in there. Let's plop a date in there, and new date, we'll leave that as date, and then we'll say what date did this occur, and a question mark. We'll just leave all that there because we already did a dependency. We've got date time. That should be the same as a date, so I'll leave that. A number. Okay, we could see what a number field looks like. Percentage, we could see what that looks like. Scale, that should be interesting. So in an assessment, we might want to look at the scale, and we could see, please, I say scale rating, and rate the sensitivity of the information that was in your file. I don't know, or a period, not a question mark. And then we'll do scale, and I'm assuming, yeah, so we can actually modify the scale here. So A, B, or C, we'll change that to confidential or sensitive versus non-sensitive. So we'll give some choices there. Public information, how about that? Public information. So public information, sensitive or confidential, they get to provide that. I'm going to just do a good measure there and hit save. If you've used ServiceNow for a minute, just know that it's in a web browser and you're doing stuff, so anything can happen, including losing your internet connection or your recording. Numeric scale 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just take a look at that. We could say, let's just leave new numeric scale. Min is 0, max is 5, allow not applicable, and allow additional information. Okay, sure. And let's just close that one. And then we can do a string value. We should know what a string is. Template, no, but let's do pull in a reference. And for reference, let's reference the location. Let's say, what's your location? So this will be a location. What is your location? Question mark. And then we'll pull in. This field cannot be empty, but it's not popping up. I clicked twice. Okay, there we go. It should pop up. I'm only going to click once. There we go. And we'll choose location. I think it's CMM underscore location. It should be CMM underscore location. No matches found. Okay, so let's just go location. It is CMN. CM's Mary and Nancy. Okay, so there we go. They're going to pull in the location. I don't want any details there. And then last, image scale. Okay, so that could be like frowny face, sad face. I'd have to put up an image for every single one of those, so let's spare you all that. That looks like a cool option, but I don't want to do that, and that'll take too much time. Multiple selection we could do, and let's just change the choices here to green, and then yellow, and then red. We'll save that. And then ranking. Okay, so this is cool. So you can give them a list of things to rank. And there's my settings for it. And there's my choices for them to rank. So we'll just say, how are we going to rank your concern? What is your concern about the third party mishandling the information? Or rank your concern, I guess. Not what is your concern. Rank your concern. And then we'll say post on social media, or they might share it with non-qualified investors. I don't know, I'm making stuff up here. And then the last one will be post to no, I already did social media. Give to journalists for news story. All right. God knows what we've leaked here. I'm going to hit save. And okay, so we've got an assessment set up. I'm going to hit save and publish on this, and then, or just publish, and that should give us the ability to hop back into our workspace. Let's go back here. That was the DLP assessment. So we're going to go over to the Data Loss Prevention Management workspace. Let's just pull up a data loss prevention incident. And when we assign that to the end user, what I want to do is go ahead and associate that assessment with it. So I did this in the last video. This is a data loss prevention incident that you're going to see on the screen now. And I'm going to use this assign incident button here at the top to get access to that assessment. So we're going to go assign it to the end user. I'm going to attach the assessment. We've got a template here for a demo assessment for YouTube. And then we're going to say it's been responded to once they complete the assessment. So we'll assign that. And this should tell us exactly who this goes to. This was actually reported, so it's assigned to Stella Piper. I don't know if you can see it right here. Oh, that's interesting. This is the first one I've seen that has the file permissions that came in. And the one that I clicked up, or the one I pulled up in the previous demo didn't have any file permissions in there. So, okay, this is assigned to Stella Piper. So let's log in as Stella Piper. And while I'm logging in and impersonating her, one of the things the data loss prevention incident response gives us is an end user portal. So there's the data loss prevention management workspace. There's the operations for DLP workspace. You'll see those here if I click on, not platform analytics workspace. What the heck? I didn't want that. Where is my workspace menu? That's interesting. Oh, let's go here. DLP. Let's go DLP. Okay, so you're not going to see them all here, but there's a DLP end user portal, which really between you and me looks like the workspace that we were in just before, but it's only the stuff that's been assigned to this person. So there's that application file access, and I think I did number 6. Number 1 is one I was messing around with just to see what this end user portal looked like, but this has got the demo assessment for YouTube. So we'll dive into the end user portal in a future video, but I want to see what this assessment looks like for the user as they come in here. So here's the welcome. Notice it has that policy name at the top and subject is blank. So obviously I picked the wrong field there for the subject, but if they did need to see anything, you can actually see behind me there's details about the actual data loss incident. But let's go ahead and pull up that assessment again. Okay, here's where they can attach some evidence. So I get a modal there to attach something. First time it happened. Now remember, if I hit yes, it should ask me for a choice. There's choice 1, 2, and 3. If I hit no, that should go away. Okay, so that's working, and it's mandatory. And they can provide additional information around that, so that's pretty cool. This is a little nice experience I haven't seen before. The date that it occurred, we'll just say it occurred on the 1st of December. The new number, oh, that's right, we put a number in, so let's put in 5. We put in a percent, we'll put 100%. These were just so we could see what the fields looked like. Rate the sensitivity of the information that was in your file. So we could say, hey, it was sensitive versus public or versus confidential. So we get to rate your buttons. Numeric scale. Okay, so pick on a scale from 0 to 5. Let's pick 3. We could put some additional information in there. And then let's just put in I'm a string. I'm a string. What's my location? Now remember I referenced the CMN location table. So let's see what comes up here. It's searching, searching, searching. Notice I've got 3 ellipses up here in addition to the little search thing that's going on there that's already gone away. But let's see if there's anybody out in San Diego. There we go. San Diego Eastgate Mall is going to be the location. There's our multiple selection for green, yellow, red. Let's select them all. And then rank your concern about the third party missing. Oh, look at this. So I can move that around. Oh, that's neat. And then it put numbers to it automatically. Okay, so now if I want to give to journalists, oh, I'm really concerned they're going to give it to a journalist. That is pretty cool. So it numbered them automatically based on me dragging them. Okay, this is by far my favorite assessment feature I've seen so far in this particular application. We'll hit submit. And the last thing I'll do before we close out the video, oh, that's nice. Your response has been submitted. Okay, I clicked my Stream Deck and it did something there. But let's get out of Stella and go back in as myself. So I'm going to end impersonation. And I just want to see on the flip side what that assessment response looks like in the workspace. So let's jump back into the workspace. It doesn't take me there. It didn't take me there. So we'll go to the operations for DLP management. And I know I didn't pull this up in my previous video, but I should be able to get into assessments from here. Well, that's pending assessments. It's definitely not pending. Let's see if we can get rid of our states there. All right, there's the one that was responded. So that DLP 6. It was assigned to Justin, but it was assigned to end user Stella before. Oh, and look, notice it did update the state as we configured to responded, and then came back to Justin, who actually did the assignment. Here's the data loss prevention incident inside the workspace now. And unlike in the first video when I clicked assessments, now I should be able to see an assessment. Let's open that assessment. Okay, good. We get the same experience that the end user had. That was a nice, clean assessment, not like the ones I've seen in the past. So they can come in here and can they change it? Oh wow, that's interesting. That should be read-only, don't you think? Let me know what you think in the comments. I think that should be a read-only edit or view of that assessment. Maybe because I'm an admin. I don't know. I can mess around with some permissions later. But That is DLP assessments in ServiceNow, Data Loss Prevention Incident Response application. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you enjoyed me putting together an assessment on the fly. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in giving users, giving analysts, or giving someone an assessment about a data loss incident while it's happening or as the response to that data loss incident. Until next time, don't forget to always be learning.